Hello everyone. In this video, we will be learning about capital and revenue items. Now, understand, we already know some basics about our expenditure and from there only we will derive these both the concepts, okay? See, whenever we are in a particular business, okay, let's say we are in a manufacturing business and we are manufacturing shirts, okay. When I tell you we are manufacturing shirts and I am telling you that we are spending money, okay, we are in the beginning stage of the business. If I tell you that we are spending money, can you tell me on which areas or for what will I spend the money? Now, you will say, sir, you might pay salary to your workers or wages to the workers. Okay, so I will write here wages or salaries. Then somebody might say that you have to pay the rent. Very good, I will pay the rent also, electricity also. Then telephone bill also. Very good, telephone bills. Anything else? Sir, you might spend money to purchase some assets, equipments, machinery. Very good. So I can say land, machinery, equipments, all those things. Anything else? Sir, you can write furniture also, computer also. Okay, furniture, computer, and like this we can have many expenditures, correct, because we are spending the money. Can you tell me that when I say I am purchasing land, machine, all these things, and when I am paying for rent, electricity, telephone bill, all these, what is the difference between these two? You will say, sir, very easy. In this case, wages, salaries, rent, you will pay your monthly bills. I am paying monthly bills, it means I am getting the benefit every month and I have to pay for that every month. Very good. Then what is the difference between this? What do we mean by this buying land and all? Sir, in this case, no, we will pay money once in a lifetime, or means once in a 10 years, 20 years. Because machine or equipment, we will buy once in 10 years or 20 years. It means I am paying for machine today so that I can use it or I can get the benefit for next 10 to 20 years. Correct. But I am paying rent only, why? So that I can get the benefit for the next month, or maybe I am paying for 2 months in advance. So can I say these are for small period of time and these are for longer period of time? Very easy. Smaller period, it means you can say the benefit of these expenditure, we will receive the benefit within very short period of time, and for this the benefit will be received within longer period of time, okay, comparatively. Now where are we going from this? See, we have already learned in the fundamentals that these all are called as expenses. Understood? And these expenses of land, machine and all, they provide us assets. Understood? This was the topic we have already covered in the fundamentals. Now why are we focusing on this again? Understand that when I am telling you this is the asset part, okay, this is the asset and this is the expense. If I tell you, now listen me very very carefully, if I tell you that there is a repair of a machine, okay, can you tell me repair of a machine, this is the expense. If I ask you that is this the expense or is it the asset, you will say, sir, obviously repair is the expense, so you will write it in the repair expense only. Now understand very very carefully, why are we not saying it as asset? Because this is because we have already assumed that this is the regular repair or the regular maintenance cost, like every 3 months or 6 months some people will come and check our machinery in the factory and they will repair it and they will go back. This is the regular repair. Now if I tell you, understand this, that I had a machine with the capacity of say producing 1000 shirts per month, okay, I am incurring some special repairs, that repair will help me boost this capacity from 1000 shirts to say 1200 shirts per month. And when they have boosted the capacity of machinery, this capacity has been boosted, it has been increased, and it has been increased for the next, you can say, 7 years. Now tell me, this special repair is expense or asset? As soon as I ask this now, student tells me, sir, but why are we saying it as asset right now? Because it has increased the capacity for the next 7 years. Understand, the focus of ours now is that whether I will receive the benefit within the shorter period of time, or we can say within 12 months or for more than 12 months. That is what we have learned for about asset and expense. If the expense benefit is so long, like more than 1 year, more than 12 months, we call it asset. Understand, this special repair of machine, whatever cost we will incur, that will be added to the value of asset. Understood? See, we will take an example. Say I have purchased a set of, say, rupees 1 lakh. Okay, if I have purchased a set worth rupees 1 lakh and I am telling you regular repair is about rupees 700. Okay, this 700 rupees is been incurred every month. Okay, some repair, something they have to polish and all that, nuts and bolts, everything they do tight and all, everything. This is the regular checkup. Okay, so 700 per month has been spent by us for the regular repairs of our asset or for our machinery. And I am telling you, there is some special repairs that has incurred rupees 7,000 once. Okay, now it will help us for next 3 years or 4 years. This 7,000 will be added in the value of asset. Understood? And this regular repair expense, that will go in our profit and loss statement. Profit and loss statement in the final accounts. This 700 per month will be called as our expense only, but this special repair will be added in the asset. Understood? From this we can understand that expense, if providing a shorter period of benefit, or the benefit will be availed within the shorter period of time, then you can say that that expense is revenue in nature. Revenue in nature. And if expense provides longer period of benefit, or benefit in the longer period of time, more than 12 months, we say the expense is in capital nature. From this we derive two main important terms, that is capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. In the case of expenditure, we have capital and revenue. Again, if we talk about the receipts or income, that is again will be bifurcated into revenue and capital. Now, coming back to our topic, this PDF is attached in your video. You can take the printout, so it will be easy while solving the sums. Okay, now check. Our topic is capital and revenue item. See, we must know what is capital expenditure. Understand this. It is the expenditure that gives benefit beyond the accounting year. Beyond the accounting year, मतलब 1 साल से ज़्यादा का benefit मिलेगा. ठीक है. Acquisition of fixed asset, obviously capital expenditure. Extension or improvement of fixed asset. What we learned, that our machinery had a capacity of producing 1000 shirts. Now the capacity increased to 1200 shirts. So it is the improvement of fixed asset. That is also capital expenditure. Expenditure to bring the asset to the place of the use. Suppose I purchase a machinery and that machinery costs me, say, some dollars, 1 lakh. Okay, and I have purchased this machinery from America. Simple. Now the machine is in America, but I have to import it to India, right? Now our Indian office, if I import it, I have to pay a charges of rupees 8,000. Okay, so when I import this 1 lakh dollar, first I will convert it and it will become 80 lakh rupees, and this import charges of, say, 80,000, this 80,000 I will add in this machine cost only I will add, so it will become 80 lakh 80,000. So when we will be writing the journal entry, we will write machinery account debit to 80 lakh 80,000. Understood? Because this 80,000 of transportation charges or custom duty or all those expenses which are incurred to import this machine from America to our Indian office, everything will be added to machine account. Why, sir? Why we are not putting in the P&L account? Why it is capital item? Because if you will not incur these expenses, you will not be able to bring your machine to India. No? Understand? If I tell you that I will not pay these 80,000 rupees, okay, will I be able to use this machine if it is in America? You will say obviously not, it is not possible. Understood? So all the expenses which help us to bring machine to our location, to our business location, everything will be added to our machine account or our asset account. Okay. After that, installation or demolition of the fixed asset. See, whatever fixed asset you are buying, whether it be machinery in the factory or air conditioners in our houses or refrigerators, everything has to be installed in our office or at our house. So all those expenses should also be added in the fixed asset account only. Demolition of fixed asset can be, suppose I have sold my factory to somebody, okay, and the machine is already scrap. So now the new buyer, what he has done, he is asking to remove this demolition expenses, to demolish the fixed asset, to remove the fixed asset. So whatever expenses incurred for demolition, that also will be added to his fixed asset account. Why? Because if he will not remove my fixed asset, how will he fix his fixed asset or his new machinery in the factory? So that's why whatever is the demolition, whatever money he is spending on demolition of fixed asset, that will also be added in the value of fixed asset. Understood? Reconditioning of fixed asset. What does it mean? If you are incurring heavy expenditure on your fixed asset to bring it to the normal capacity again, say for example, we started the business of manufacturing of shirts, right? Suppose we start the business in year 2014. Okay, I have purchased this machinery. Superb drawing, no? Yeah, I know, I am Pablo Picasso only. See, if this machinery I bought in 2014 and the life was 10 years, okay, say 2024. Now, in 2022, we are in 2022, okay. In 2022, I realized that this machine first was able to produce 1000 shirts. Now, this machine is just able to produce, say, 300 shirts. What I did, I have spent so much money on this 300 that the machine again became capable of producing 1000 shirts again. That is reconditioning, or you can say bringing that fixed asset again to its normal capacity. That is reconditioning. Okay, overhauling is as good as reconditioning, only you can say that the capacity has been increased. Understood? From 1000 to 1200. See, the main focus is if any expense increases the earning capacity of the asset, then you can say it is capital expenditure. Okay, if the efficiency of asset is increasing, then you can say it is capital expenditure. If the expense is in regular in nature, okay, that you have to incur this every month and all, then you can just ignore it. That will be revenue expenditure. Acquire the right to do business. That is what you can say some, if you are you can say like if you are getting your business that reserved rights and all that, all those things, because you have to register with the company, so the registration charges, all those things are acquiring the right to do the business. Then purchase of intangible assets. What are intangible assets? That is goodwill, patents, trademark, rights, and etc. All those things are intangible asset. If you are buying that, that is also capital expenditure. Then legal expenses incurred for acquiring the fixed asset. See, if you are buying something, some fixed asset, okay, and if there are any legal charges, say you have to pay to your lawyer to fight the case and all those things for your business, for your some fixed asset related things, then those expenses should also be added in the fixed asset account. We have example related to this also, we will solve it. I will tell you when it will come, okay. Accounting treatment of capital expenditure is, it is debited to relevant fixed asset account and is shown in the balance sheet. Simple enough. Then revenue expenditure, what does it say? It is the expenditure benefit of which is availed or exhausted during the accounting year. That the benefit, you will get the benefit within your accounting year only. Okay, say for example, if you are paying rent, salary, wages, you pay these expenses every month. Why do you pay for every month? Because your laborers want their fees, right? Want their wages and salaries, and because they have worked for the entire month, obviously you have to pay that. So every month they are working and every month you are making the payment. That's why it is revenue expenditure, because the benefit we have already availed. Understood? For machine we cannot say benefit we have already availed in a month, because for machine we will avail the benefit for years and years. Understood? Then repairs and maintenance of fixed asset. Please focus. If the repairs are overhauling repairs or the repairs increasing the efficiency, that is your capital expenditure. But if the repairs and maintenance are in the regular nature, for example, you can understand that people who are living in the flats in cities, they have to pay regular maintenance charges, okay, for their houses, for their flats every month. So that is every month expenditure, that is their revenue expenditure. But suppose they are furnishing their house, so that is one time expenditure, that is capital expenditure. Understood? Then again after that, depreciation on fixed asset. Depreciation on fixed asset means we are charging depreciation every year, because we are charging it every year, and because we are using those fixed asset every month, almost you can say every day we are using, obviously. So that is also your revenue expenditure. Simple. Now accounting treatment for that is, it is an expense in the profit and loss statement. Simple enough. Now we will do some capsules check. Expenditure incurred on the repairs and whitewashing for the first time on the purchase of an old building. See, we are repairing and whitewashing for the first time. So now if it is for the old building, why we are repairing or whitewashing the old building? To make it again new, to make it better for use, obviously. So that is our capital expenditure. Understood? Now wages paid to workers to produce a tool which is to be used in the factory itself. See, if these were regular wages for their regular work like stitching the shirts and all those things, which is their normal course of business, then that will be revenue expenditure, okay. But this is the wages they are paying to workers to produce a tool, to make such tool to be used in the factory itself. If that tool will be used in the factory, so tool is their asset, what they are constructing in the factory, and wages you are paying for that, that is also your capital expenditure. Why? Because the tool is your asset, and the amount which you are paying to produce that asset, that will be capitalized in the nature, and so it will be capital expenditure. You can write here, it is capital expenditure. Now repairs for ₹5,000 which is necessitated by negligence, मतलब गलती से कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई फैक्ट्री में, ठीक है. मीन्स यू कैन से some worker might have started the machinery and there is some problem, okay. So it was just his negligence, because of some negligence there have been some mistakes in the machinery, or he would have left machinery on when they are not working, something like that, and a repair cost came for 5,000 rupees. So because it was just by negligence, so you will say this is your revenue expenditure, because it was by negligence. See, it is not by purpose, okay. We are not spending 5,000 rupees to increase the efficiency of our machinery. If we would have purposefully spent the money to increase efficiency, then it will become capital expenditure. But this was just a negligence, okay. So you will say it is a revenue expenditure. भाई गलती से कोई खर्चा आ गया, गलती से कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई, तो revenue expenditure. Then cost of annual taxes. See, it is annual taxes, it means you have to pay this every year, and the annual insurance premium paid on the car mentioned above, okay. Car is not mentioned above, we can say you are paying tax and insurance premium for the car, and if it is for the car, it is the annual expenditure, so it is again revenue expenditure. Whenever any expense comes, no, see, focus on two things. Will it increase the efficiency of the asset? You tell me, if I am paying the tax to the government for my car, or if I am taking insurance for my car, will it increase the efficiency of my car? You will say, sir, obviously not. It will not increase the efficiency of the car. So it is revenue expenditure. Understood? Second thing, what you can focus while reading the question is that whether it is for the longer period of time or shorter period of time. But understand, it might happen in very few cases that you cannot check the time everywhere, okay. So please focus that is it the, you can say, what is the nature, how will you find it out that whether this is increasing the benefit or the efficiency of my asset or not, okay, the amount you are spending. After that, see, fees paid to lawyer for registration of newly purchased land and building. We have purchased land and building for our office or for our business. Now we have to get it registered by the companies or by the registrar of the companies. So I am paying some fees to my lawyer, but see, this fees has been paid to lawyer for relation with land and building only. So that is also my capital expenditure. But sir, again I can give the argument that fees paid to lawyer will not increase the value of my land and building. Very good. It is not increasing the value, but without paying fees to lawyer, the land and building will not be get registered with our name, with our company's name, and we will not be able to use it. So to use that particular asset, this fees is the compulsory payment we have to make. And if it is compulsory for the usage of the asset, then it is also the capital expenditure also. Understood? Now after this, we have interest on loan raised to acquire an asset up to the point of time it is ready for use. देखो, मान लेते हैं हम लोग कोई फैक्ट्री में मशीन लगा रहे हैं, ठीक है, हम लोग खुद ही कोई मशीन बना रहे हैं. सो या तो मशीन बना रहे हैं या तो कोई मशीन खरीद रहे हैं. अब हम लोग के पास इतने पैसे नहीं है. इफ़ वी डू नॉट हैव मनी, वी विल बोरो मनी, एंड ऑन दैट बोरोड मनी आई एम पेइंग इंटरेस्ट ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर बोरोड मनी और इंटरेस्ट ऑन दैट लोन टू परचेज द asset. Now up to the point of it is ready for you. See, I am purchasing the asset, it will come to my office or the factory, then we will install it and then we will start the machinery. Okay, so all that time, okay, it might take 15 days, 20 days. If you are importing, it might take 2 to 3 months also. So for that particular month, for that particular period, if I am paying any interest, that money will also be added into the asset. Understood? So this is also called as capital expenditure. We learn about interest on loan and all in detail in accounting standard 16. Okay, for the students who are pursuing CA, you will learn this in CA Inter or what you call IPCC. Okay, now after this, rupees 5,000 spent on repainting the factory. Now if you are repainting the factory, 5,000 rupees you are spending, that is your revenue expenditure. Then repairs for rupees 2,000 necessitated by negligence, again negligence, it will again be revenue expenditure. After that, custom duty paid on import of a machinery. See, without importing, can you use your machinery? You will say, sir, obviously not. So this is the compulsory expenditure we have to incur to bring machinery to the location of business. So that is also your capex, or you can say capital expenditure. Okay. Wages paid in connection with the erection of a new machinery. See, the new machinery what has been brought, if that we have to install also, so we have to incur some wages, that is also your capital expenditure. Now few special questions, capsules, please check. Amount spent for the construction of temporary huts which were necessary for the construction of cinema house. Say if some person is constructing a cinema house, okay, so you would have seen whenever we are constructing house, factory or anything, the laborers will make some temporary huts there, obviously to live there, because every day they have to construct. Now the construction will go on for 1 to 2 or say 3 years. Okay, so what these temporary huts they are building for their living or for their laborers, that amount we are spending for that construction of huts because it is necessary. So you will say this is also your capital expenditure. Okay, and that capital expenditure, where will we add that? In our cost of the, what are we constructing? Cinema house. Understood? So whatever asset has been generated, whatever asset has been constructed, whatever asset has been built, if we are spending money for that building or for that particular asset, we have to add the cost in that particular asset. Simple enough. Now, rupees 1,000 paid for removal of inventory to a new site. Now suppose we have this factory 1. If from here there is some inventory and we are taking it to our factory number 2. First tell me, we are just transporting our inventory from factory 1 to factory 2, okay. Is the efficiency of my inventory increasing? No. Are we building anything? No. So this is your revenue expenditure. Understood? Now after this, rings and pistons of an engine were changed at a cost of 5,000 to get fuel efficiency. Now be careful. Why have we spent this money for? Fuel efficiency, so that it will increase the efficiency of our engine. So it is our capital expenditure. Then expenses in connection with obtaining a license for running the cinema worth rupees 20,000. See, this is for obtaining the license. Can you run the cinema hall without license? You will say, sir, obviously not. So the money spent for license is again your capital expenditure. Okay. Then during the course of the year, the cinema was fined 1,000 for contravening rules. Oh my God, this is the fine you have to pay. Now tell me, the fine what we are paying, will it increase the efficiency of cinema or will it increase the earning capacity of cinema? Obviously not. So this is your revenue expenditure. And renewal fee of 2,000 for next year should also be paid. Now be careful. The renewal fee of 2,000, can you run the cinema hall without renewing it? Obviously not. So this is the compulsory payment. This is again your capital expenditure. See, these are very special questions, okay, have been taken from ICI material from CA Foundation, okay. Please focus. After that, rupees 1,000 spent as traveling expense of the directors on trips abroad for the purchase of capital asset. Now see, suppose we are doing business in India, okay. We want to buy some machinery from Germany. Now from India, our directors are going in flight. Obviously they will spend so much money on transportation, travel and all those things for staying there in Germany. What was the purpose? To buy capital asset. So because we are buying capital asset, so all those money will be added into capital asset only. So all the expenditure incurred, transportation or anything for the directors, it should be added in the capital asset, and therefore we can say it is nothing but your capital expenditure. Now after this, Mrs. New Delhi Financing Company sold certain goods on installment payment basis. Okay, 5 customers did not pay installments. To recover such outstanding installment, the firm spent rupees 10,000 on account of legal expenses. Now understand, as soon as legal expenses come, please do not just write capital expenditure, okay. Think, is this legal expense increasing my efficiency of any capital asset? Obviously not. So it is again our revenue expenditure. Understood? Now after this we have capital receipt and revenue receipt. Please see, capital expenditure and revenue expenditure we have already covered. This is the last thing we have to cover, capital receipt and revenue receipt. Please check. It is the amount realized by sale of fixed assets or receipt as capital or loan taken. See, if we are receiving money, see, capital receipt means we are receiving money, receipts means receiving money only. Whenever you are receiving the money, it can be in capital nature or revenue nature. See, what will be the cases when you are receiving the money? Now if I tell you that, if I ask you what are the cases when you will receive money, tell me. You will say, sir, you would have received money for sale of goods. Correct. Okay, what if I am in the services business? Okay sir, sale of goods or services. Okay. What if I am selling my fixed assets? Okay, then also I will receive the money. Very good. Selling fixed assets. Okay, tell me, what if we are receiving some interest income? So that is also we are receiving only interest income, because if we are in the finance business, it is also our income. Simple. Okay, I will receive money in that case also when I am taking loan from the banks. Correct. So taking loan from the bank. But sir, we are not understanding why you are not writing all the points in one line. Now understand this. The point is, in this case, selling fixed asset, taking loan from bank, these transactions happen once in a year or might be once in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Obviously, we are not in the business of selling fixed asset. No, why any company will sell their fixed asset every day? Obviously not. Our normal course of business is selling of goods and services. Our normal course of business, if we are in the finance sector, it is our interest income. Understood? Now come back to our PDF. Understand this. If the amount realized or received by sale of fixed asset or received as capital, capital means if suppose owner has invested some money into the business. Okay, this is the first journal entry you would have learned in your accounting career, bank account debit or say cash account debit to capital. This is the first journal entry we have learnt in our 11th standard, or say first PUC. Okay. So this is the capital introduced by the owner into the business. That is a capital receipt for the business. Now, amount realized by the sale of goods and rendering services. This is the revenue receipt. Understood? Now, capital receipt are shown in the balance sheet. Obviously, in balance sheet, in the liability side, we write loan taken or owner's capital. It is shown in the trading or profit and loss account. Why? When we prepare trading and profit and loss, we write no in the trading account buy sales. That means it is our revenue receipt. Simple enough. Now after that, it is capital receipt are non-recurring in nature. Why non-recurring in nature? I am not going to bank every day to take the loan. Okay, our owner is not investing some money every day. Understood? That's why it is non-recurring. This is recurring in nature. Why? Because sale of goods will happen every day or might be every second day or every third day. So that's why it is the revenue receipt. These are not received in the normal course of business. Obviously, our normal course of business was manufacturing shirts and selling shirts. Our normal course of business was not selling our machinery every day. That's why it is not received in the normal course of business, but these are received in the normal course. Okay, these are the normal trading option. Not available for payment as profit to the owner of the business. See, this is simple rule in the business. What happens whenever you are selling any fixed asset and if you are receiving the money, obviously that money should be used to purchase new fixed asset only. Okay, it is not like that if you have sold the fixed asset and this money will be given back to the owner. No, business does not do that. Okay, because when you're selling fixed asset, obviously you have to buy new fixed asset to continue the operations of the business. So this money will not be given to the owner. But when you are selling the goods, obviously you will earn some profit. That profit owner can take, and there we use the word drawings. Whenever we see goods withdrawn by the owner or money withdrawn by the owner, cash withdrawn by the owner, that is this money, okay, from the sale of goods. Now, revenue receipt can be distributed with the owners of the business. What are the examples? Please look. Entrance fees. Suppose you have joined any club, you have to pay the entrance fees. Why entrance fees is capital receipt for the club? Because club will receive entrance fees once in a year from every customer, okay, from every person who is joining the club. Insurance claim. See, whenever you have damaged your fixed asset or your vehicle, anything, if you are claiming insurance from that, obviously you will claim insurance once only. It is not that you are claiming every day or every month. Understood? Loan taken, capital invested, that we have already discussed. Examples of revenue receipt are subsidy received from the government. See, subsidy received from the government, we can treat it as, actually here we are learning as revenue receipt, okay, but further when you will study accounting standard, it's not 7, sorry, accounting standard 12, there we learn about government grants. Okay, so subsidy here is all very small topic. I can tell you that subsidy whatever we receive from the government is revenue receipt. Okay, but when you study accounting standard 12, there we study subsidy in very detailed manner. There you can treat it as capital and revenue receipt both. Okay, but this is not our topic right now. Now next is interest from investment. Interest from investment is your revenue receipt. Why, sir? You have invested the money, say in some shares, debentures or whatsoever. You have purchased some security or government bond. You will receive interest every year, and this is recurring in nature because you are receiving every year. So it is a revenue receipt. Then sale of goods and services we have already discussed. So this was our capital and revenue items. See, these are the small topics. Okay, capital items, revenue items, provisions, reserves. These all help us to understand and prepare final accounts in a much better manner and to understand that. And we should be thorough with these topics so that accounting in future, whenever we are reading or studying accountancy, these all topics will help us to understand the questions, the detailed concepts in a beautiful manner. Okay, thank you so much. Please take the PDF and solve the questions. Thank you.